to St. Anne's Grade School, which has a long history of being a pioneer in civil rights. Cardinal Ritter, at first it was a boys' school over at St. Anne's. It's a Page and Whittier. And the school had been a boys' school. And what happened was one of the boys, colored boys, were not allowed to go to school. And that's when Cardinal Ritter said, you let anybody who wants to into the Catholic school system. I'm not putting up with this. And this was back in like 45, 46, 47, 48 maybe. I'm not sure about the age range. And what happened was that he integrated the schools, Cardinal Ritter. And what happened was when they did that, the school that was there closed. And it later reopened as another missionary school run by the Maryknoll nuns. And they took in everybody. And that's where I went to kindergarten up through the 8th grade, where I was very, very happy. And it was a school full of a lot of interracial children because of the war. And you had kids that were German and African American or colored, and they were Japanese, African American, colored. And they were just all, and there was a family that were black Italians. But that wasn't because of the war. That was just because they got together. It was just, and we didn't think anything about it. You know, we just were there as kids. And my father used to say, I'm sending you to that school because all the nuns are white, and to them, you're all colored kids. They're not going to make a difference because of skin color, hair texture, or who your daddy is. You know, they're just going to teach you all. And so I see children thriving here. So that was a good spot. I lived on Enright between point, for my education and my spiritual upbringing, I'll put it that way. It wasn't as large or as, expansive as it is now, but because people have expanded the property. Because basically they own the next block over, then that block, and then all the way down to the bookstore. And what used to be the former YMCA, the Y was at the corner of Sarah and Page. Mm-hmm. And, you could go from one end to the other end, but now that's all that church's buildings and property. And people would come there, on Sundays, the place was packed. Mm-hmm. And you had another thing, families. You had families coming to church. And I say families, I don't mean just when a mama bringing the kids. It was daddies and mamas and uncles and cousins and everything. And they always had programs up there. It might be the bingo night. It might be the Easter program, the Christmas program. It might be the Thanksgiving program. It might be the program for the missions where they did fundraising. And I remember I came home with a little cardboard box, and I said, I have to go out trick-or-treating and collect money for the missions when I go trick-or-treating. And my father looked at me and he said, well, who's the money for? I said, it's for children less fortunate than we are. And he started laughing. He said, they're children. He said, you know what? He said, you realize that you have it pretty good. And there are children. I said, some children don't have parents, they're orphans, and they don't have food, and they don't have clothes. He said, okay, you appreciate what you got. So that was the good thing. I don't know, some of these kids nowadays appreciate what they have, I used to get one toy for Christmas. I got a toy. Wow. Well, we had to decide whether we're going to buy you school shoes or get you a toy. So we got you school shoes. I really wanted that toy, but no, okay. And we have to pay your tuition. So do you want something, a pretty dress to wear, or do you want to go to school so you get educated so you can buy your own doggone dresses? Okay, so they, use the brain, think. But the church was a focal point. But see, being Catholic, St. Louis is a Catholic city. I mean, it used to be when I was growing up, there was a Catholic church on every other corner in the city, and there was a parish, and there was a priest, and a bunch of nuns running around. You'd be hard-pressed to find a neighborhood church anymore. There are very few parishes, that have neighborhood churches. They've consolidated, and because Catholics stopped having babies. Seriously, birth control works against the Catholic Church. Most of them are maybe out in West County, the more affluent parishes, and even they're closing and consolidating their facilities and what they offer to the community. So, but I'm serious. St. Louis is basically a very Catholic city. And yes, I could go back and make comparisons, but it was like your Blessed Sacrament. There were churches all over the place. It's like But anyway, and a lot of Catholic schools, but now they don't have them. Let's see, political.